Good evening, students. Today's topic is Ohm's law and resistance. In the previous classes, we learned the topic what is current. The current is nothing but flow of charges per second is called as current. So today we are discussing about the topic is Ohm's law and resistance. So in the previous class we know that. So let us consider a conductor. So this is a conductor. Imagine this is a conductor. So inside this conductor a charges is present. So this is charges is present. This charges is at rest position. So without any external potential difference. So if in case we are applied any external potential difference, means we are applied an external potential difference. This is a conductor. So we are applied external potential difference. So this is the external potential difference. So here positive charges and here negative charges. The positive charges. So here positive charges is here and negative charges here. So then obviously the potential difference is created. How potential difference is created? We know that a potential difference is nothing but it is a work done in transferring a charge from one region to another region. Obviously the potential difference is created. So then the potential difference is created is nothing but dV by dr, dV by dx or dr or anything dx, and electric field is created. So E is negative gradient of its potential. So dV by dx is equal to minus C. An electric field is created. So then if I applied potential difference, this is a conductor. If I applied a potential difference, here positive and here negative, the electrons will be moved towards positive sides. The electrons is moved towards positive sides, and then positive charges will be moved towards negative terminal. So negative terminal. So the positive charges will carry an electric current. So positive charges will carry an electric current. So here carry an electric current. Electric current. So this is electric current will move from positive region to negative region. So why? Because here positive charges is present. Obviously these positive charges will be attracted to a negative charges, because these two are opposite kind of charges, then these positive charges will be moved towards. So then we are applied variable potential difference. So this is a fixed potential difference, it may be 2 volt. So if in case I will change this voltage, variable potential difference. So if potential is varies, obviously an electric current is varies. An electric current is also varies. I is also varies. So this is the variation of potential. An electric current is also double. So if 2 volt, the electric current is also 2 ampere. So if you are applied a 4 volt, so then electric current is 4 ampere. So if you vary an potential, obviously an electric current is also varies inside of this conductor. So we conclude that we are seeing this picture. So means the potential difference V is directly proportional to I. Means the voltage or potential is directly proportional to the current flowing through the conductor. So this is a conductor, this is directly proportional. If voltage is increases, obviously an electric current is also increases. If the voltage is decreases, obviously an electric current is also decreases. So it shows that, so it's nothing but Ohm's law. So this is the definition of Ohm's law. So Ohm's law states that, so any other physical quantities means pressure, temperature and other quantities will be constant. So potential difference of the ends of the conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. So other physical quantity, what are those? These are physical quantities must be constant. What are those? So pressure, temperature. So these should be constant. So then current will be moved. So if in case we are increases the temperature in any conductor, so there is no current will be flow from one end to another end. So pressure should be keep constant. If pressure will be varies, obviously an electric current is also stable at any position. So it not move a particularly. It is not equal to. It is not proportional to the current. Potential difference is not equal to the current. So we are conclude that totally the Ohm's law is nothing but the potential difference is directly proportional to the current. So other physical quantities are remains constant. So this is called as Ohm's law. So in this quantity, this proportional T is equal to, remove, you have to write like that, Ra. So this proportional quantity is called as resistance. So what is resistance? Resistance means, consider one example. If I riding a bike in a gathering, some people are gathering in front of me. When I riding a bike, so in some people is opposite to me. So what happens? So I slow. So my bike is slow. So it is not possible to move. So here imagine these are the peoples. When I riding, so some peoples are opposing to me. My bike is slow. Why? Because all peoples are opposite to me. So here also the electric charges will be moved forward direction. Some opposition will be takes place. What opposition? It may be a late or friction for these electrons. For maybe friction or anything happens opposite to these charges. So means if it is traveling inside of that conductor, some of the dielectric takes place. So that is the resistance. That quantity is called as resistance. So then finally we have to define what is resistance. Resistance is nothing but opposition offered to the flow of current is called as resistance. So then SI unit of resistance you have to write. So R is equal to V by I. This is the calculation method definition. So SI unit of resistance is, SI unit of volt is volt. You have to write directly volt. So then SI unit of current is ampere. Volt per ampere is a SI unit of resistance, or it is scientist name, that is Ohm. Ohm is a SI unit of resistance. So this is the Ohm's law and resistance. So on which factors depends on resistance? So if in case area of the conductor is increases, consider a conductor. So this is a conductor. This conductor R is directly proportional to length. Means if length is increases conductor, so length of the conductor is increases. It's the large length. What happens with the resistance? Resistance is also increases. How? If I applied external potential for this conductor, the charges will take long time to move in this conductor. So then resistance is increases. The current decreases. Because the current is inversely proportional to resistance. That's why. So length is increases. Obviously, the resistance is also increases. So and then resistance is inversely proportional to 1 by A. Area of cross section. If area of cross section is long, so means length and breadth will be long. So then area of cross section is increases. So then resistance is decreases. So means you have to take area of cross section. Area of cross section of the conductor will be large. So then what happens? The electrons will be freely moved inside of that conductor. So there is no resistance for that conductor. So I have given one example. So if some people are standing in front of me, so then area of cross section is small. So between two walls, this is one wall, this is second wall. If area of cross section is very small, the two people is standing in front of me. So I am a current. Imagine I am a current. It is difficult to move inside of this wall. Why? Because area of cross section will be less. If in case area of cross section will be large, I am easily to move. I am a charge. I am easily to move. So it gives what? If area of cross section is increases, The resistance is decreases. If resistance is decreases, the current will be moved in the forward direction easily. So these two are factors are very important, and the resistance is depends. The resistance it depends upon these two factors. One is length and another one is area of cross section. And this proportionality, the R is directly proportional to rho L by A. So combining these two, we get R is directly proportional to rho L. So this is the resistance, and this is resistivity, and this is length, and this is the area of cross section. So what is resistivity? Resistivity is nothing but it is the opposition offered. It is the opposition offered by unit area of cross section or unit length, or resistance per unit length. Resistance per unit length is called as resistivity. So means if you are consider 1 meter of wire, so that is a unit length. So that is a unit area of cross section. So in a particular, I have to consider 1 meter length or 2 meter length or 3 meter length. It depends upon resistivity. It depends upon area of cross section, and length also. You have to take 1 meter of length. So then, so expression for resistivity RA by L, RA by L. So here area. So R into area is I have to write length into breadth. So I have to take length into length. So here length will be cancelled, one length will be cancelled. So here R into L. To write directly. So then rho is equal to R. Rho is equal to R. So resistivity SI unit is ohm meter. Ohm meter is the SI unit of resistivity. So this is about Ohm's law and resistance topic. Tomorrow I will continue the next topic, drift velocity, and then current density. Thank you.